Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Storage Technologies and Automation Limited Q4 and FY'24 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during this conference, please signal an operator by pressing star and then 0 on your touchtone phone. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Afzal Hussain, Whole-Time Director of Storage Technologies and Automation Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Darwin. Thank you so much. First and foremost, I would like to thank everyone for joining us on this conference call. On behalf of the entire management of Storage Technologies and Automation Limited, also known as Racks and Rollers, I extend a warm welcome to everyone for this meeting. Today, as Darwin did explain, we are here to present the performance of our company in H2 and the year ending 2024. Before we get into the numbers and I take you through them, I would like to just give you a small brief about what this year had for us. This year, we were part of one of India's biggest rack-supported warehouse, which was spread over 4 lakh square feet and 70 feet tall, making it the single biggest warehouse, rack-supported warehouse in India. And to be part of that was one of the bigger achievements that we have. As you all know, that we are in this business of storage, warehousing, and automation solutions. We have been in this business from over 14 years. And what we do, we manufacture and we understand the warehousing requirements for all the customers. We help them identify the right set of infrastructure and automation that is required for their warehouses. During this, we have a very customer-centric approach. We always understand from the shoes of the customer that what is required for them, understand their business challenges, and propose them with the best solutions that are there in the market. While doing so, we always go in for innovation where we bring in more. We are not hesitant to do new product development and also participate in optimization with the customers so that they can become winners every day. As we always say to all our customers, it is not about them being victorious out of a negotiation or a project transaction, but for us to enable them to become victorious every day in their operations. This is what the approach we have. For doing so, what we have done is spend a lot of time and efforts with our customers from various backgrounds that we work with, and we have extensively created a huge database of data, content, and understanding from the market, by virtue of which we are able to help them and support them with the best solutions. This comes with a lot of understanding of both the Indian and the international market. As an organization, India is a very big country, which constitutes close to 20% of the world population, and we are serving this country. Apart from this, we also want to take India to the world and want to increase our exposure from exports, which was lesser last year. We would want to be increasing it over the period of time, for which we have planned some strategic partnerships in the Middle East and North African region, and we are also taking up a lot of projects from Europe and US. We are in the process of establishing some strategic partnerships in those places. Apart from this, what we have also done is we have added new sales team. We have also hired a new vice president sales who will be part of our team, who is already part of our team and will be part of our growth story. We are also on the verge of doing a lot of new product development and new lines whereby we can increase our company's turnover and profitability. As you are aware that logistics, warehousing is one of the fastest growing markets in the India and the world. And we are at the right time, at the right place, in the right country. And we are here to take all the benefits out of it by addressing to the right needs of the customer. And with this, I would like to express that we have done a revenue of 93.7 crores in the last financial calendar and increasing the turnover of the company by 16%. Also, our EBITDA, which stood at 5.6%, has now increased to 13.6% and 12.78 crores as EBITDA. And we have increased our PAT to 6.07 crores. And this has been largely due to the efforts that we have put and the collective effort that our complete team has put into making this happen. And what we want to do is continue putting these efforts to get better results in terms of revenue and profitability to all our stakeholders. Thank you. What we would do is we'll take up the questions and queries if anyone has, and then we will move forward.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to withdraw yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to please use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. We have the first question from the line of Sriram R., an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. Sir, first, congrats for listing on SME Exchange. My question is, if I look at the rack-supported warehouse market, that's about $2.5 million, right? It's a very small market, and there I think you have a 65% share. Now, if I look at the overall industrial market, racking system market, that's about 4,500 where we are probably at 90 crores. So, there are the other players also. There are MNCs and there is Godrej and the Nilkamal. So, my question is, how are you going to increase your share? What are the new products? What are the new areas? What is your competitive edge?
Thank you, Sriram. Thank you for this question. Sriram, what happens in this market is everyone has a unique product which they are better at. And certainly what I can say is in the rack supported space, we are leading the market. Even Godrej would come second to us. Also to our accreditation, we have the highest indigenously manufactured, designed and installed warehouse in India, which is standing at 37 meters, would be 125 feet approximately in height, is also accredited to us. So to say that we have a better market share in this, it's only purely basis on the amount of experience that we have, amount of customers who have invested their trust in us, and second is what we have delivered back to the customers, which brings more customers back to us. And for the bigger market share, which you said the whole market is over 4,000 crores and we are that, yes, there are plenty of places where Godrej is better, like you quoted, and there will be many places where we are better, and this is how the market dynamics would be. So, yes, we are doing some new product development. Once the products are out, we will also share the same with everyone. But as of now, I wouldn't want to speak much on the products that we are developing, by virtue of which we will be able to take the competition to all our competitors.
Okay, so can you give a product breakup for FY'24? Like how much would have these rack-supported warehouse contributed to your top line and other, if you can give a breakup, it would be good.
See, as of now, I wouldn't have that data. However, what we would do is you can send in a mail at cs@racksandrollers and racksandrollers.com, and we would have that data shared with you.
Sure. Just, sir, one more question. I'll definitely mail. So, My question again is like, since, no doubt that you have a larger share on the rack-supported market, but the market itself is small, right? So that is why I'm again asking you, because the company has to, go into other types of racks or whatever you call it, to grow its revenue, right? Because otherwise it will not be scalable, right? Because it's just a 2.5, it's about 20 odd crores if I remember correctly. I think that's the figure is from your RHP. So what is that the company is going to do?
Okay. So, Sriram, we have a lot of products, okay? We have a vast range of products already available on us, of which rack-supported warehouse, there is not much of competition to us. That is how we would want to put this across. Second, with respect to the market, so there are two ways in which how rack-supported warehouse is becoming bigger. One, the number of customers who want to save cost, time, and execution time want to go in for rack-supported warehouse merely because you don't have to go in for two different structures which are independent of each other. Second, by going for this, what you do is you're taking some share from the construction business, which were previously developing steel buildings or civil buildings, and then racks would come inside them. So we are taking a good chunk of business from that. Along with this, there are a lot of customers who are normally buying racks who are now converted into rack-supported warehouse. So the share is not only increasing out of the racking share alone, which we have, which you quoted, but also coming from the building share that is there. So assume that there are customers who have a lot of warehousing requirements, okay, who do not have a warehouse. So they would build a warehouse and then procure the racks and infrastructure inside. Instead of that, what they would do is they would come to a vendor like us and get the complete thing done with a single vendor. This is how it would be helpful for them. So we are taking the share out of the construction people as well as the racking.
Okay. Got it, sir. Thanks for this. I'll definitely connect with you offline for the...
So thank you so much. We'll look forward, Sriram.
Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Dolly Chowdhury from Niveshai. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Thank you for the opportunity and congratulations on the listing. So I had a few questions. So first of all, I wanted to know what is the average order value?
Ma'am, the average order value, ma'am, would range from anywhere from few lakhs to crores, okay? Because no two customers come with the same requirement and the same this thing. So there is no order value. I can give you a range. It can be from anywhere from 1 lakh to all the way up to 50 crores as well.
Okay. And what would be your current order book position and execution timeline as well?
Ma'am, order book position as of today, as of 1st of June, was 29.18 crores.
Okay. And execution timeline?
Ma'am, there are projects that are short-term, medium-term, and long-term. Okay. In the first half of the year, probably 75 to 80% of this would be executed.
In the first half, H1?
H1, yes.
Okay.
Because
and
there are some projects which we're just discussing, which may get extended due to site not being ready. So these are some challenges that we always face.
Okay. And what is our order pipeline? How should we see the order? How big can it get? What's the pipeline?
I'm sorry, I didn't get you, ma'am.
What is the order pipeline for us? How much we can bid? How big the order book can grow?
An order book at any given point of time will be approximately around 30 to 50 crores, which will have all type of orders, small and larger. Okay, so this is the ideal order book.
Okay, so do we have bidding in any of our projects, or the clients directly come to us to avail the services? So how does it work?
Yes, ma'am, there are multiple customers who come differently. There are some customers who come as plain paper and we write down everything on them and then we get awarded the project. There are some who understand their requirements, come with a fixed set of tender, and then we have to participate in those tenders. So there are both of them.
Can we also have O&M opportunities in our scope of work?
Sorry, what do you mean, ma'am?
O&M, the operation and maintenance, do we also have in our scope of work for warehouses?
No, ma'am. We do not do any operations and maintenance. Maintenance as in supporting them after sales, yes, we do, but operations, we are not taking them up.
Okay, and what is the exports contribution as of now and visibility of exports for next year?
Ma'am, the year closing, the export contributed to 4% of the sales. We want to take it not from there. Okay, we have already done a lot of work as of today, and we expect it to at least double over the next year.
Okay, that will be all. Thank you, and all the best.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your questions.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Guneet Singh from Counter-Cyclical PMS. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. What is our revenue potential at full capacity utilization currently?
So last year the utilization was at 40%. Okay, that was pre-IPO, and we plan to take the utilization to at least 75 to 80% in this year.
In FY'24, you're saying it was 40%.
I'm sorry, I'm not able to hear you very clearly, sir.
In FY'24, you're saying utilization is 40%.
40.
All right. All right, sir, got it. So essentially, that means that we would be increasing our revenues by almost 80% this year, if we were to take utilization to that level. But we just have about 30 crores of orders in hand currently. So, I mean, how do you see this panning out?
So we are still very early. Most companies have still not created their budgets for the year. Okay, and as the budgets get made, okay, you'll have more orders flowing in, and also usually Q2 is H2 is the time when most orders come in, because Diwali is done, and then there is a clear understanding of how you have to prepare yourself for the next Diwali. So that is a far better understanding.
All right, sir. This makes sense. So, sir, what kind of CAGR are we looking at for FY'25 in terms of top line and bottom line?
35% CAGR expected.
All right, sir. Got it. That's all from my side. And sir, would we be able to better margins with higher top line? Do we expect any operational leverage this year?
We should be able to leverage with higher manufacturing, 100%.
All right, sir. So what kind of operating margins are we looking at for FY'25?
What we would be doing is we would take our EBITDA to 15% this year. So that's how we are targeting.
All right, sir. Got it. That's all from my side. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of participant with India Ahead Venture Fund. Please go ahead. Participant from India Ahead Venture Fund who has joined the question queue. You may proceed with your question. Your line has been unmuted. As there's no response from the current participant, we will move to the next question, which will be from the line of Dr. Jimmy Kagatara, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for the opportunity and congratulations for a very good set of numbers. Sir, my query is regarding, I have two questions. So first of all, you told that the H1 will be muted as compared to the H2. So can you give a guidance regarding how much revenue split is there? It is a 40-60 or a 35-65. Can you give the guidance regarding that?
Thank you, Dr. Jimmy. Thank you so much for your question. And thank you for your best wishes. With respect to H1 and H2, historically we have always seen around 40% H1 and 60% H2, plus or minus 10% is how it has always been between H1 and H2.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And sir, regarding margins, that I have gone through your results at latest half-year result, I have seen your operating profit margins around 21%. So, sir, and in recent question, you told that the EBITDA margin would be around 15%. So, sir, can you throw on like that? Are we on a decreasing trend of the margin?
No, sir. What we are speaking about is annual. Okay. So
Okay.
there were some project invoicing which was supposed to happen in H1, but in getting approval from the client, okay, to get the sign off, which moved to H2, which resulted in that data. Okay. But it will usually be it'll bring the EBITDA to 15%, sir.
Okay, EBITDA will be 15%. And sir, what can be the PAT margins expected?
Sir, we would want to make the PAT close to north of 7%.
Okay, PAT close to 7%. That is a full year guidance we are taking, that 7% for FY'25 and 35% CAGR for revenue. Okay, sir, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Abhishek Rao from Alt Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you so much for the opportunity. Question I had was on the business. What kind of clientele do we target in the rack-supported warehouse? What's the background? What's the size of these warehouses? If you could give me some light on that.
Sure. Thank you so much for your question. So this year we had one project. Okay, I'm just giving you a reference. We had one project which was for a very small manufacturer. Okay, the project was to store just a mere 15 tons of material. So there is no fixed say that the project is going to be this big or that big. It is purely based on the requirement. And we have already said about the 4 lakh square feet warehouse that we are doing. So it can be people from various industries, can be from any walks of the supply chain and any size. It is very difficult to predict that.
Okay, got it. So when you say, it's for a small warehouse that you're working on, do you also build the warehouse for them, or is just the racks that you provide? Like what is the actual business?
Okay. So in that order, what we have done is we have designed the complete rack. We have done the building. We have done the complete handling system, in the sense lift and etc. Everything was done by us.
So something on a contractor basis. So you would also build the warehouse for them.
Yes, you can say a contractor, but technically there would be many other contractors also to complete the job. So you're not the sole contractor, I can say.
Understood. I think an earlier participant also was alluding to this. This is on the size of the market. Having a great market share in this is understood, but what are we doing to probably increase our revenue? Question one. Number two, how cyclical is the order book? Do you see more orders coming in towards the end of the year or beginning of the year? And three, how long does it take for you to probably start speaking to a potential customer to actually converting the customer into an order?
Okay. You have too many questions. Hopefully I do justice to all your questions. Yeah. Okay. So what happens is, like I said, there is one place where we are more stronger than our competition. That is just to present it to the complete participants of this thing. However, in other domains also, not that we are not present. Okay. But yes, there are people who are performing better than us in one or two product categories. And that's why we said that we are also going for a new product development. I did not disclose what products we are developing to catch up with the market. However, we did say that we are doing some new product development, and once those developments are there, are completed, we would also share the same with everyone. Sir, because the market share you said is comparatively lesser, what are we taking steps to grow? One, we already have sales office. We also have sales people across India. Okay, and we have also recruited one vice president sales to increase our sales network and to increase our sales in this market. And tentatively, the timeline for a project can anywhere range from a week or two minimum to, say, I have had projects that I have worked for over 2 years to get finalized. So it's very difficult to predict in one way what happens, because there are so many things that we work with the customers, as small as few of space that they require. We work on that kind of detailing, and to calibrate and bring the solutions in alignment to the customer and get the budgets approved, it does take time sometimes.
Okay, got it. How much of this year's revenue came from rack-supported warehouse?
This year, in the sense, you mean FY'24?
Yeah.
What I will do is I will share it product-wise, what an earlier participant also had asked me. I share product-wise exposure of the business. I will have it shared with you all.
Sure. Last question I have is on how do you, work out on the volatility of fuel prices, considering that's the largest raw material for the business? Do we look at any hedging solution? Do you, buy it in advance, have some long-term contract?
Okay. So, what we have right now on our contract is a price variation clause with our customers and users. So, if you procure a project from me, say suppose 100, and if the price is to go up based on the percentage at which the price goes, there will be some percentage pegged to that, so that you have to pay me now. If the price goes up, you have to pay me a premium on that. So, previously it never happened pre-COVID, but it does happen now.
And what kind of margins do we aspire to hit at every project level?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Basically, while quoting for a particular project, what kind of margins do we bid at, and then from there is when the price escalation kicks in, right? So
all the projects mostly are booked at this thing, and sometimes you have to take some strategic calls. So it varies. I cannot give a fixed number across all projects, but it does vary.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Dhaval Shah from Girik Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello team. Couple of questions from my side. So first of all, I'm seeing the products on your website. So now all these, so we do around 40% gross margin, right? If I'm not wrong, around that number. So these parts, all up, are these scaffolding or these tubes? What are these? And so we don't manufacture any of them, right? Everything is bought out for us. That's my first question.
Okay. So, Mr. Shah, just to give you perspective, we design, we understand, design and manufacture the racks. So the raw material for us is steel, bought in various forms, and then it is converted into usable things at our factory here in Bangalore.
Okay.
So we're not buying, most of the items we buy off the shelf would be small fasteners and etc., but most of them are manufactured by us.
So you buy metal sheets and you convert them into some sort of tubes, because this is what it looks like, right? These are like, you call it tubes or scaffolding. So that's what you do, right? Like mainly convert metal sheets into these tubes or pipes. Okay.
Yeah. So we call it roll forming. Conversion of coil to a formed material. Okay. So that is what we do. Yes.
Roll forming. Got it. Okay. Fine. And then all the joining parts you buy from outside, right? How, like connecting one roll forming, like one tube to the other tube. the part which joins two tubes together, that you must be purchasing from the market, right?
No, that is also manufactured by us. Only the nut bolts that would go in doing that, would be a bought-out item. All the tubes that you see are manufactured. All the tube fabrications are taken up here. There are other profiles that are not tube, but they are open sections. They are also manufactured here. We took up the complete end-to-end manufacturing, only procuring fasteners from the outside.
Very interesting. Okay. So how long does it take from the inception stage? So, for example, you go and pitch it to a customer. Customer gives the requirement. So first the engineering stage, the designing stage, and then the manufacturing stage and the delivery. So how long and what sort of visibility you have at any given point in your business?
Like I said earlier, it takes from anywhere 1 week to 2 weeks. I have done a project with over 2 years as well. So no real straight one answer.
Okay. So in 2 weeks also, because it could be a standard project. So you have the parts ready, and then you go and make the warehouse.
We can close the order in 2 weeks, but to supply, we require at least anywhere once the order is placed on us and advances are processed, we require anywhere between 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, based on the project and the complexity of the order.
Okay. Now, someone had asked about the customer profile, and you mentioned you have a very wide range of customers. And in the brochure, it is written it is suitable for customers where the design cannot be changed. Right? That's one point where this product will not be fitted. So what do you mean by design cannot be changed? And so these are fixed spaces. So here, these are used for placing, maybe if it's a factory, some finished products, they are packed in a boxes, and then you put it there. And then there is a, crane which goes up, pulls out the product and, puts it gets it down. So what is the difference? What does it mean where the design cannot be changed?
I'm not too sure what you're referring to, but can you just come across with the question once again?
No. So what I mean is I'm looking at the brochure which is uploaded on the website, and it's written pros and cons of the product. So in the cons you've written the overall design cannot be changed. So
which product are you referring to?
It is next gen structural. This product is rack supported warehouses.
Okay, fine.
On this, racks and rollers, rack supported warehouses.
I got you now. So what was your question on this?
So what do you mean by the design cannot be changed? So what sort of customer profile will this be suited for? So there would be some customers which would want the design to be changed depending on what kind of product is kept in the warehouse. So we wanted to understand, get a sense on the customer profile for us.
Okay. So when we say design cannot be changed, I'll just take it as an example and I'll explain you.
Sure.
You have a home of your own, okay? You have a plot, on that you have made a home for yourself. After, say, a year, you feel that I want a bigger bedroom, okay? It's not possible to make the bedroom bigger overnight because you've already made the structure around that, okay? Because whatever degrees of freedom you wanted, then at the time of design were all taken in consideration and made. Now to just move one wall is not possible. We have to understand many structural limitations that would arise from doing that. So hence we say that it may be a flexible system, but it cannot introduce change overnight.
Okay. So now compared to, so there is one more company, Craftsman Automation. They also have this storage segment where they design this warehouse system. So how would your business be different from them? And also from likes of
they are a multiple businesses conglomerate, Craftsman. Okay, racking is one of their product. Okay,
Yes.
which is part of one of their verticals. Yes, they are competitive. There would be times when they would win, and there would be times when we would win. Okay, in many products. Whereas in plenty of products, we have some competitive edge on them. And it is not right for me to comment on Craftsman as an organization. They are also our peers and they are performing very well. Okay, and wouldn't want to comment much about Craftsman.
No, I was just trying to understand the products. That's fine.
Yeah, primarily product-wise, there are some products that they have that which we don't have, and some products which we have that they don't have. That's how the product mixes. Nobody can technically have all the products for all the customers.
Got it. And in the fourth quarter, we did 20% EBITDA margin. And then there are previous quarters, the margins were quite low than that. So what leads to this higher EBITDA margin?
We had even said this, that right now what material we were procuring on credit, we could easily save 5% in the procurement only, raw material procurement, whereby increasing our EBITDA. Second, because we would do more manufacturing, we could leverage on the manufacturing and derive economies of scale to get that EBITDA of 20%.
Okay, so now since we have a very successful IPO, then this shouldn't this be continuing going forward, and your margin looks conservative thus of 15%, because you see what cash discount you would have got and plus what additional manufacturing you would be doing now should continue technically.
Yes, it should only go north. That's how we are seeing this. We're very positive that it should go north.
Okay. And in terms of our backward integration, we are now completely, as you said, we manufacture everything. And only the nuts, bolts and fasteners is what we procure from the market. So there is nothing more what we can do in terms of our manufacturing setup. Is my understanding right?
See, with respect to components, yes, there can be plenty of other things that we can certainly do. And there are some NPDs also, new product development, that we also did mention, which we are working on. Those NPDs will help us do more business in the export market as well as in the domestic market, because every product has a particular requirement and exposure rate. So we are working on that, and that is what we want to be doing.
Interesting. And 35.
We request you to please rejoin the queue for follow-up.
Sure.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, in order that the management is able to address questions from all participants in the queue, you are requested to please restrict your questions to 2 per person. You may rejoin the queue for follow-up questions. The next question is from the line of Mahesh, an individual investor. Please go ahead. Mahesh, your line has been unmuted. You may proceed with your question. As there's no response from the current participant, we will move to the next question, which will be from the line of Yatin Kapoor, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So my question was regarding our income. So how just want to know the business models, how it works is that you get a contract and you give them what they ask for and you are paid. Do we also have some service option available where we have a kind of recurring income coming on quarterly basis, or is just a one-time income which we get from once the project is done?
Yes, we at one project, one customer is one income. After that, we can get a maintenance contract for doing that, and then we can also get audit contracts.
Okay, and if you can tell me what the portion of income we have as of now, what percentage of total income would that be as of now?
Right now, after sales and this thing would be less than 1%.
Okay, and do we expect it to grow further or no, that won't be an area to focus on as of now?
Usually in this, if you have made racks, usually they perform for 8 years, 10 years. It's only when customer who has a extension requirement, that's when they come back. But as I think there is not much of maintenance. However, in automation there is maintenance, but that is also very limited.
Okay, thank you. That's it from my side.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rahul Matlani from Rico Capital. Please go ahead.
I just wanted to ask, as you've spoken about the guidance as well, thank you for that and congratulations on the listing. Just wanted to understand, are these margins going ahead going to be the same? Like, can we assume that this will be the base going ahead, or will it be fluctuating based on the order values and contract sizes?
Mr. Rahul, your voice was echoing. I couldn't get you rightly.
Now is it better?
Yeah, much better.
So firstly, congratulations on the listing and thank you for taking time for this Concall. Now, I had a few questions, actually a couple of them. The margins going ahead, can we assume that this will be the base margins and this will improve only based on the contracts which will you guys will be winning? And what is the scope of expanding this?
Yes, the margins will only go north, and expansion. Okay, right now we have not achieved 100% of the plant capacity. The first goal would be to take the plant towards 100% capacity, and thereafter we would want to plan another plant. Okay, probably in India, probably abroad, but that's how we look at it.
Right. And the second question, the final one will be, I believe we have 4% export, right? The revenues coming from there. So which particular market are we targeting? Is it the Middle East?
Yes, primarily the Middle East. All the revenue has come from Saudi and Dubai, UAE.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Prateek Chaudhary from Samarthya Capital. Please go ahead.
Sir, just confirming on your initial remarks, you said that we'd be able to achieve 75 to, or we would aspire to achieve 75 to 80% utilization of our plant in FY'25. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And because it's just round the corner, so we might already be looking for a plant expansion or a new plant coming up for us?
Yes. It's already on the cards. In the next 26, 27, we will have to do that.
In the next what, sir? I could not hear you.
No, in the next year, 26, we'll have to do it.
Okay. And in your presentation, you spoke about some strategic move of establishing a partnership in the MENA region. If you could give some more color on that.
Yes. We are in the process of inking something with a partner in MENA. Okay. Right now, we are in some negotiations and discussions. Once it is completed, officially we will declare the same.
And could this market be, much larger than what we service in India?
No, market in India is much larger than what we get in that country. But the bottom lines are better in those markets when compared to India.
Okay. And in your diversification and new product development, you've talked about retail shelving, supermarkets, rack, and machine manufacturing units.
Yes.
What is this about? Please, if you could give any details on this.
Yeah. Like you studied from our website and everything, that we are basically into warehouse racks. So there are two type of fixtures that go. One is to store your bulk material that is there in the warehouse, and second one is something like what is there in a supermarket. You would go to any supermarket, you would see that racks which were over there, which are to visually please you to make the purchase. So that is the line that we would want to enter into. One. Second, with respect to other new product development are also happening in those lines. Okay, and with respect to machines, most of the machines that manufacture those components is made by us. So there is, we are also looking at businesses where we can manufacture those machines and sell it to other partners.
And how soon could these two things be coming up for us?
With respect to the new product development and retail shelving, our team is, right, as we speak also, the NPD team is working on it. A one-by-one product would get launched, so it will take some time, maybe 6 months to 9 months. However, for the machines, it may take about a year.
Okay. And are we also planning something in data center racks?
No, sir. Data center racks are very different from the racks that we manufacture. Data center racks revolve around the circulation of air and very compact in size. We are currently not doing that.
Would we aspire to do that or get into that?
If we get something, maybe something in future, but I wouldn't be able to comment as of today.
Okay. And just one last question. The presentation slide mentioned that the changes that have happened post-IPO, where you have mentioned that the raw material purchase have now been happening on a cash basis, and hence incrementally we would have a margin advantage of almost 5%. So we did 13 for FY'24, right? And just 5 on this is makes it potentially 18 or even higher. Are there any other such initiatives that would also help us increase our margins?
Yes, one, like you rightly mentioned, by going in for cash purchases and getting cash discounts on purchases, we are able to generate more EBITDA. Second, there are other activities also you're doing, whereby by virtue of which you can increase your margin and reduce the overall cost of manufacturing the same. So yes, there are some steps that have been taken.
Okay, sir. I'll get back in. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Prince Chaudhary from Pioneer Invest Corp Limited. Please go ahead.
Hello.
You are audible, sir. You may proceed.
Yeah. So my first question is, do we have any client concentration in FY'24 from the top 5 or top 10%, top 10 clients?
Sorry?
Do we have client concentration revenue from top 5 or top 10, something like that?
Sir, it keeps changing because we are in project industry. Okay, sometimes top 5 would be giving a better exposure. Sometimes it would be less. So there is nothing fixed as of such because you don't have a fixed line of revenue. Because assume that as a customer, okay, you would be that Mr. Prince Chaudhary is there with me. Okay, so he finishes complete procurement cycle, and then for 2 years he is not there. Again, he comes back again after 2 years because now he wants to do another set of expansion. So it does change, sir.
Okay. So how many clients we have added during the year, and how do we look forward to go ahead?
Number of clients added, I do not have the data as of now on me. However, we share the number of clients added.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. That's it from me.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take that as the last question for today. I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments. Over to you, sirs.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for all your questions. And I'll only assume that you have been satisfied with the answers that we have given you. And we only thank you for your extended support in trust and the confidence that you have invested in us as a management. And I would just reiterate a few things that I have said earlier, that yes, we are committing to a growth of 35% in revenue. By doing so, we may be increasing our capacity of the factory. Okay. Our target, however, is to take the factory capacity up to 80%, and it is only time that will realize that how much we are able to achieve. And we also, as we always say, that we will take the PAT to 7%, and hopefully next year when we have this meeting, we'll be in a better position and a better place to be able to give you this.
Thank you. On behalf of Storage Technologies and Automation Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you all for joining us. You may now disconnect your lines.